Hey everyone, it's Gamefruitpulp, and welcome back to another Discord Discussion Friday video. For those of you who are new to the channel, or maybe you don't know what Discord Discussion Friday is, it's a series where I talk about my favorite question of the previous week that I sort of put out in my YouTube fan Discord. So if you aren't a part of that Discord, invite link will be in the description down below, and basically every day or two I ask a question of varying topics from sort of like this week, which is what your favorite vacation was, to things related to Minecraft, to things related to other stuff. So if you do want to join, like I said, link is in the description, and we'd love to have more people on the Discord, because the more people there are, the better the discussions are. I haven't done one of these for a few weeks. Actually, I haven't done one for all of August. So for this week's video, what we're going to be doing is going all the way back to August the 6th. And that question of the day was, where's your most recent place where you went on vacation, and what's the best place you've gone on vacation? And so we got a lot of good answers for this one, which is why I chose to do it. So we'll go through those answers, and we'll talk a little bit about my answer to the question, which is how we always do this. If you're new, again, like I said, be sure to join the Discord, because I think it really helps having more answers. So in total, we had 6 responses for this this question. We'll start off with Storm Toronto, who's one of the builders in Toronto. He says the most recent vacation I'm actually on now. He says he was in Hamilton, Ontario, which is just about an hour south of Toronto. And he says the favorite vacation he's ever been on was in Orlando, Florida. He went there in 2014. So that's a good sort of a good point brought up by Storm, is sometimes the best vacations are obviously the ones where you usually go kind of far away, or go to a sort of a different place, but something as close as an hour away is still technically a vacation. And so sometimes the best memories are those kind of trips. So it's a good sort of good reminder from Storm that not all trips need to be super far away. Munn says that her most recent trip was to the Canadian side of Niagara Falls. Good place, been there many times. And her favorite vacation was when she went to South America for a month. That is a cool place to go. I've never been. It's a place I'd like to go, because there's obviously a really different ecosystem there than Canada, and I've always enjoyed like nature and wildlife, and so the thought of exploring different things in a place like South America is really appealing to me personally. Hunter Likes Cake, also known as Scoob, one of the longtime subscribers to the channel, says that his most recent vacation was to Florida. He went to his Italian great uncle's house, who makes the best lasagna. Then they went to Clearwater, and he got a great tan. His favorite vacation was in 2015, where his family, grandparents, uncle, aunt, and cousins went to Tybee Beach in Georgia, where they rented a place to stay and stayed there for a few weeks. Scoob was actually nice enough to include pictures for his, I'm assuming, his favorite trip. So I'll include those on screen, as you saw as I went over his thing. But obviously it makes the video better when you include pictures to sort of explain what you're talking about. So thank you, Scoob, for the great response. Moving on to Pumpkin King, who has some weird numbered name on the Discord, so we're just going to call him Pumpkin King. His answer was the most recent trip was to his grandparents' house. He says it wasn't that far away, but he stayed for like a week because his sister and parents were 3 states away for basketball. He says his favorite was when he was 3 or 4, and him and his sisters and his grandparents went to Disney World, and he almost died like 3 times and got lost like 10 times, but he says those memories helped make it fun. Only Pumpkin can find ways to answer questions by saying the best time was when he almost died. But anyways, thank you, Pumpkin, for the response. Moving on to Leo's response. Leo says that she hasn't been on a vacation recently, but in February they went to South Wales. They went the day after her dad's funeral, and it ended up snowing at their uncle's house. And they spent 2 weeks there, but it took their mind off things, which is obviously sometimes the best. I'm sort of interrupting the middle of the stuff, but sometimes those kind of vacations are the best ones, where they're not really planned, or they're not you're not really going somewhere to have fun, but just to sort of get your mind off things and sort of think about stuff that is a little bit brighter, a little bit better. The best place they've ever been was Devon, which is a campsite. Sorry, let me try this again. Best place I've ever been was Devon, to a campsite called Welcome Family Holiday Park. It's a great family-friendly place to go, and I go every year. There's indoor swimming pools, a sports pool, a kids pool, a hot tub, and an island pool. They also have a crazy golf course and a clubhouse. the show team is great, and they have different shows throughout the week. You can't go wrong there. So like a sort of cool, family-friendly sort of resort type of place is Leo's favorite, and that sounds like a good time for pretty much everyone. So thank you, Leo, for the response. And our last response was from Promenade. Prom sparked large debates in the chat for his favorite place to go, but the most recent place he went was in the north of Wales, which is not too far from where he lives. But it was some of the best weeks of his life, and he says he had a great time. He said he was going to Austria in 25 days, which is probably around now. And the best place Prom's ever been on vacation is to Jersey, because it was just he says it was just a fun and warm holiday with plenty to do and see. And it was with my family, so you can't really go wrong with that. So Prom sort of sparked a lot of debate from the North American people who are not as well read on geography as the people in Europe. But Jersey is an island off of I believe it's in the English Channel. My geography is obviously not that great either, but I think it's in the English Channel, but it's in that area. It's a small island. I know this because when I started out on YouTube, I always used to love looking at the analytics and seeing all the different places where people watch my videos, and there were some islands in Europe, like Jersey was one of them, the Isle of Man was another, where I'm like, what are these places? So I ended up looking them up on the map, and that's how I knew where they were. But a lot of people thought Prom was talking about New Jersey, which he wasn't. He was talking about the island of Jersey. But nonetheless, thank you for the great responses, all of you who responded. And I think there's some good points sort of touched on there. Obviously, it doesn't matter where you really go. If you go anywhere with family, it's usually a good time and you have good memories made. For me, I'm just going to talk about my favorite vacation. I'm not going to talk about my most recent. But my favorite vacation is when my family and I went out to Eastern Canada. It's a really unique place, and even though it's still obviously in the country where I'm from, it's so different from where I live, and it's sort of a cool reminder about, because Canada's so big and it's so different on all the different parts, it's almost a completely, not almost, it is a completely different place. The people live differently, the environment's completely different, the buildings are completely different, and there was just really so much to like out there. And I went to New Brunswick, and there was some really cool sort of stuff on the ocean with the way the tides come in and out every day. Again, like I said, the sort of architecture of the area was really cool. It actually inspired my town on an Easy Craft, the way it looked. I tried to sort of imitate it with the sort of colored siding. I'll try and put up some pictures on the screen right now, since the footage of whatever game I'm playing is just kind of filler of sort of like the architecture I'm talking about. But it's a really unique place to go, Eastern Canada, and I'm not really sure if the northeastern United States is the same. I think it would be, but I'm not 100% certain. But if you do have the opportunity, especially for the people in North America, because it's not as expensive as going out to Europe, I highly recommend it. The food is great. People are really, really nice there. The architecture is amazing. There's so much to do. I could have honestly spent 2 months out there and I wouldn't have gotten bored. So it's a really, really cool place to go. And honestly, if you're in the northeastern United States or anywhere from Toronto and you wanted to, you could really drive it. It's like a day drive from Toronto, I think. I think it's 18 hours in total. So you could technically drive there if you wanted to instead of fly. But yeah, it was a really good vacation. So I'll try and put some pictures up of like sort of Eastern Canada for those people who aren't familiar with it, to sort of get you an idea of the vibe and that kind of stuff. But that is going to be this Discord discussion Friday. If you enjoyed the video and you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and join our Discord, because we'd love to have more awesome responses to weekly questions. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and share the channel with some of your friends, and tell your friends to join the Discord as well. That way we can have our friends meet your friends, and your friends meet our friends, and then everyone's friends are everyone's friends. Aside from that, hope you guys have a good weekend. My name is Gamefruitpulp, and I will catch you guys all next time. Have a good one.